and try shooting. Now son coming. Why? Near me, near me, obedient to me, Phobia, Brassam, Niamapono, Pow, no be today. And they look for money like behind the seat. Sweet like chicken fillet. The more can find the sick and the Mugu go pay. Tuition and confirm Babaji pay. You have traffic, we know the delay, we know the carry us, the barrier. This is a very happy thing. I say emojis in corner. I don't go talk plenty. If you hear say me the man is a fight, maybe we the play MK. When I stay everywhere like we went to hospital for choking K. But we give me la hospital. Yes I love. Yes I love. On tower shika in Jenabu. La hospital. Yes I love. Yes I love. One tower shika in Jenabu.
Thank you so much. That was a quick performance there from AMG. AMG, you can take your seat. We are about doing the last batch before we leave here. Now, let's have some things in common. What is your greatest fear in marriage?
I never want to lose my wife.
As in lose her to death or out of the marriage?
To anything. I want it to be like this for life. Yeah, that's all I can say.
I see. So what do you do to prevent that from happening?
We have sex a lot. We have a lot of conversations. We make plans together. We do businesses together. We buy a lot of properties. Last week we just bought some new stuff at East Legon Hills. Crazy. We're working.
So who is the sex addict, you or Fela?
Both.
She likes it and you also like it?
I love it. She loves it. That's it.
I see. Yeah. How many children do you intend to have?
Maybe 20. I want a lot of children. I used to think that I should just get one boy, one girl, but 4 of them I was like, nah, why don't I create a whole football team, a whole army? Because so that this one will take care of me, this one will watch me, this one will buy me, this one will. So I tell my wife, say, yo, we anytime we go pregnant, we go born. No family planning.
I see. So now that island is about some 4 months or 6 months old, is the next one on the way or yet to?
Usually, maybe all that's all I can say.
I see. Now your baby's name, Island. I know it became a hot topic for discussion in Ghana. Like in school, those who studied geography, when you say island, we know what we teach, have some things in common. What is your greatest fear in marriage?
I never want to lose my wife. That's it.
As in lose her to death or out of the marriage?
To anything. I want it to be like this for life. Yeah, that's all I can say.
I see. So what do you do to prevent that from happening?
We have sex a lot. We have a lot of conversations. We make plans together. We do businesses together. We buy a lot of properties. Last week we just bought some new stuff at East Legon Hills. Crazy. We're working.
So who is the sex addict, you or Fela?
Both.
She likes it and you also like it?
I love it. She loves it. That's it.
I see. Yeah. How many children do you intend to have?
Maybe 20. I want a lot of children. I used to think that I should just get one boy, one girl, but 4 of them I was like, nah, why don't I create a whole football team, a whole army? Because so that this one will take care of me, this one will watch me, this one will buy me, this one will. So I tell my wife, say, yo, we anytime we go pregnant, we go born. No family planning.
I see. So now that island is about some 4 months or 6 months old, is the next one on the way or yet to?
Usually, maybe all that's all I can say.
I see. Now your baby's name, Island. I know it became a hot topic for discussion in Ghana. Like in school, those who studied geography, when you say island, we know what we teach.
In as much as we are hurt as an industry, it's important that we look at the COVID-19 situation. Instead of 200 COVID-19 cases that Ghana records as at 2 weeks ago or as at those times, 200 cases a week. Now, each day, Ghana records 700 new COVID-19 cases.
That's crazy.
Each day. If you put that aside, somewhere when before the president came to address us, COVID within 2 weeks, we had about 1,900 cases. Now, COVID has about 5,300 over cases within just this current space of a short time. So you can see that our industry already does not have support as it was the case when COVID started in the United Kingdom. United Kingdom established a fund for the creative arts industry. They put 1.7 billion pounds sterling to give to venues, to give to artists, to give to other creative art industry. I mean, people who contribute or support, people who have businesses that gears towards, you know, supporting the creative art industry. What did we have as an industry here in Ghana? I don't remember there being any special fund dedicated to the entertainment industry. In fact, the UK went ahead to even name they went ahead.
Some people were called to fill some forms to get some money.
So they got it
from the office of the Creative Arts Council. But as to whether they got the money or not, it's another big discussion.
So, I mean, I heard that news myself. And the reason why I never spoke about it is
personally, I was called to fill that form too. Oh wait, I said I was called.
Okay.
But I've never said I took the money.
Okay.
I said I was called to fill the form.
Okay.
In fact, on the day I went there, I went to meet some faces. Where your team was also there filling this form. No. I went with Facebook data.
Did you leave with him?
No, Facebook data did not sign. I went with him, but he did not sign. Our team was signing. Family Flex assigned. As to whether it will come tomorrow, we are praying.
Or maybe you
tomorrow.
just signed last month.
Oh no. Just when was this? Last year, I think about summer October.
I think the money there came because Otin was talking about it yesterday and on Saturday.
So Otin said he got it.
He told me money was given to people in the creative art, but did I get some? And I said no. Why did he say this? He was telling me that I don't get close to people. So this industry is right now all about circles. When you are not with them, you really don't see what's going on.
So Otin signed and he got it.
From what he told me, that's
Sammy Flex signed and he's not gotten it.
Until when I come back.
Maybe I did not campaign. I suspect maybe I did not campaign well. Because I saw some people campaigning. Wow.
But that's not fair. I mean, now you see, this is not fair. This is what we keep talking about in our country. You call people to come and sign. Is it that you are coming to vet before giving the money, or they should sign because they are direct beneficiaries of the particular fund? Now, for far sign, this is very unfair. You know, this is what we are talking about. You see, for me, I think governments will approach, or the political, I won't even single out only government, but I think the nation's approach, you know, to handling this coronavirus issue pandemic is very sad, because whether we like it or not, it is going to be the creative art industry that suffers most. Right now, as I speak to you, the ban on how do you call it, weddings, ban on events, theater performances, all those bans that is going on now, it's not good. In fact, look at churches. Churches have been allowed to operate.
Yeah.
There's a church that has. I thought maybe churches will operate.
I'm sure that is why Obi and Forza thinks that it is now time to take comedy into the churches. Because one thing that also beats me is this: churches have not been closed, but weddings have been banned.
Yes.
Where do we do the weddings?
We'll do it in a church. But you see, that is the nature of the EI. If you look at the executive instrument 164, to me, I think government should look at it again. Because if you say weddings are being banned, okay, some people say weddings are banned, but we can do it in a church. The term wedding itself has been banned. Anything wedding is banned. So whether you do it in a church or mosque or whatever, it's banned.
The moment we hear wedding,
yes, it's banned. So people should not think you can still enter a church and have it done. If it's banned, no matter.
Or maybe we have to change the name to marriage ceremony.
Exactly. Or maybe
marriage celebration.
You're doing a blessing or you're doing something else. You know, but I mean, it's sad. I was thinking that government would ban churches, or maybe would allow churches with maybe 200 capacity or 100 capacity in shift or hour duration. But to leave it in a free...
No, it's still a 2-hour duration though.
I mean, the number 200 capacity is what I wanted to say.
Oh, but not all churches are even up to 200.
I mean, but we know that the churches...
The big ones, but not all
those
churches.
People, the president and the other political parties were running to during election time. They dare not close those churches. Those churches, they dare not close it. And this is why I think that we should come up as a nation, think about creative art industry and support it properly. I wish, because you mentioned we are talking about creative art and the impact, I wish you can find out if you did, or maybe you know but you don't want to tell us.
Which one?
on the amount that was given to some of the people. It will really be very important. Oh, you mentioned it.
Wait. What I mean is because I don't know who has received it. It is only now that Yambre is telling me.
How much did they get?
He didn't mention, but he made me know, sir. Money was given, and was I given some? And I said no. And he made me know, sir, because you don't get close to people.
Go ahead and wrap up for me.
For me, I think this is a very, very, very sad thing because deals have been cancelled, contracts have broken down. I personally, COVID-19, I won't mention the commercial. You know my headline sponsor for the team. We were signing, because of we were signing 170,000 Ghana cedi for 1 year campaign. And then we completed a deal on Friday. Monday we were supposed to be paid. I remember very well, I think between 16th or 14th, the president announced a lockdown. I lost that money. I only had an event with a franchise, a name franchise for a national event. Yet still, we have to make it happen. A lot of deals are broken down. And it's very, very sad. Look at photographers. Look at videographers. Those whose monies come from covering of weddings, covering of events, all these things have been done. And you know, let me put this on record. There's a fear. The fear is that, as I mean, mark my words, this is on record. Ghana will go into lockdown very soon because all our hospitals are full. All our isolation centers, President feared to say, but almost are full to about half capacity is going. Now, what happens is that if all our hospitals that are full now nobody can be admitted. Now, all our hospitals that we have across the country is full. If you put that aside, all isolation centers are almost half full from their capacity. Now, what it means is that if we still have these numbers, 5,000 per week, 5,000 per week, you know how the deficiency we suffer in our health sector. What it means is that government will now have to make us isolate in our homes. Now, if you're isolating your homes, then it means that the COVID now doesn't live in our health facilities, but it lives within us. Yeah. So what does it mean? What it means is that we are going into a lockdown. And the most dangerous aspect of our nation is that the new variant that started in the UK, you know how dangerous the new variant is, the new type of COVID. You know, normally virus changes as it grows. So if you develop a vaccine or if you realize that you are used to it in nature, it begins to turn the way it is. As we speak now, the new variant has found its way when it came to South Africa, Nigeria. It is in Ghana. The president has said it. And that is what is making even young people die and suffer. So as we speak now, we are going into a possible lockdown by the next address.
Okay, thank you so much. Richmond Abmofat Sapori. Remember, he is at a